So now next thing we want to do is probably set the next level, right? So here, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our products, okay? So we can see better how our team is looking, okay? So we click on products, and it gives an option, two things, right? We can add a product one by one, or we can import bulk products. For now, let's get into add a product, because we want to see what are the different fields that we can enter, right? So here, obviously, like any product details, it requires us to enter a title, a description, etc. Now, we already have some test products that we've kind of put data together for. So we're just going to go back and forth and pick up that data, input it here so that we don't have to type everything out. We have some of the images ready, okay? So for this camera, we actually have the images also ready for it so that we can quickly come back here, start entering the data, and not have to think through while entering, okay? So let's take the product name, let's copy it from here, okay? Let's go back to our settings page, add it here, let's look at the description, we'll do the same thing, we'll copy it from our Word document, okay? Let's paste it here, and let's see if the formatting carries, and the formatting carries. Now, you see at the end, the 2 years warranty is not right, so let's just correct that, okay? Now, next comes is the images. Now, like I said, we already have the images ready for us, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to upload the images here. We'll go back to our products images folder. We'll pick out the images we want. Okay. So let's say we select all of them. Okay. Now we're going to drag them. We're going to just kind of drop them here. Now you see all the images are starting to show up here. Okay. So the front camera image, the top camera image, everything is now shown up here. Now next thing is setting up pricing, right? So let's go back, let's look at what pricing we had decided. Let's copy that, let's put that here, okay. Now, next thing is, compared price. This is your MRP usually. So we've also, kind of started putting that together. So we put the MRP here, right? What is the SKU number? Now, in our case, this is our product code. Now, in your case, it may be a product code, some barcode, that you may want to keep, okay? So we have both here. SKU usually is a unique identification that a company has of keeping their stock, okay? So if you have things that are in multiple colors, in multiple sizes, each one of them would have a different SKU, okay? Because SKU tells you exactly what product or service this is, okay? And I apologize, I keep on saying product, but this can apply both as a product or service, okay? Next, what is our inventory policy? Do we want to track inventory in Shopify, or do we not want to track inventory in Shopify? Now, there's obviously pros and cons in doing it. If you already have another ERP, you may not want to track it. If you don't have another ERP and you want to know exactly what products you have in stock, etc., you want Shopify to track the inventory, because every time a product gets sold, it's going to take it out of inventory. Now, it says if we're tracking it, what is the quantity to start with? Okay, so we'll say we have 15 of these. Next option is, do we want to allow a customer to purchase when something is out of stock? We can choose to enable this or disable this. It's up to us as a business. Do we want to back order or not? Okay, we'll enable it, saying that, listen, we do want to allow customers to purchase it. But if you don't, let's say you don't want to take back orders, we can just disable it. Okay, what is the weight for this camera? Okay, so what is the shipping weight? I mean, obviously it's not just the camera, it's going to be the packaging, etc. Now, this is what's going to be used to calculate your shipping, okay? So what happens is, if you don't put a weight here, it's not going to be able to calculate correctly your shipping prices. Now, in our case, we chose based on order value, right? If you remember, we said if an order is, a certain value, then this is what we'll charge. So in that case, we'll get away with it. But if you remember our international shipping, we said between 0 to some kilos, we were charging 200 rupees. Now, if that was something that was used and we didn't put the proper kilograms here, it would defaultly just use 200 rupees, right? I think that's the rate that we had put. So we need to put that here. One last option here, this product requires shipping. Now, shipping is for product that has to ship. Now, if you sell a digital product or digital service, something that doesn't require shipping, maybe it's just you sending them over an email or a URL or something, then you can disable that option, right? Because this doesn't require shipping, so there should be no shipping charges, etc. The next option is variants, right? This is things such as your size or color of the product. So do we want to add variants for this product, right? So maybe in camera, we may or may not have variants, but if you're selling clothes, etc., you're going to have these variants. So let's see here, we say, okay, let's add variants. And if you see, it starts to give you options on adding different sizes, colors, or whatever the variant options are. So we've pretty much got all of our data set. Now, next thing we want to do is here, we want to say, where do we want to show this product? Is it only an online store product? Is it a point of sale product? Is it both product? What is the organization or the product structure, okay? Product data structure as it's called, okay? So what is the product type? So we say this is a camera, okay? Because we're going to use these later as filters and as things that we sort by. So we want to make sure that we keep it consistent, right? So this one we put camera and then the vendor, right? Obviously the name of the company. So we say Canon and we add Canon because Canon didn't exist. Is it part of any type of a collection? Okay, is it part of a homepage collection, which means that the product shows up on the homepage? Is it part of a featured collection? Then it shows up in featured wherever that is used, or any other type of collection that we want to specify. Now, in cases, collections are basically categories, if you want to think of it. So on sites, we see all these different categories. This is where we are actually specifying where this product's category is. Okay, so we may want to input that. So in this case, let's say we try to input camera. Okay. Now what it's doing is it's going out and looking if that collection or that category exists. Now in this case, it didn't exist. Okay, because the only thing we had was homepage. So now it was not able to pick that up. If you wanted to add it to category, you may have to go back and go ahead and add it as collections first. Okay. Now while we were inputting this, it's been uploading the different images, okay? In the background, it keeps on uploading different images, and obviously we saved it. So here, it's showing that all the images have been uploaded. You see the green marks on them, okay? And now let's see if we can get this product live. So now that we've entered all the information for this camera, let's try to add that collection again. I know why it's not taking it, but let's assume that you were following the same steps I was. We're going to try to add collection as camera again. And you see it's not going to show it in that drop box because in collections you have to add the category or the collection first before adding it here. But let's assume we try to add it again. And if you look at it, it's not accepting it. The next section is something called tags. Okay, these can be your keywords or some way for you to identify something about this product, right? So let's say in this case we want to add a tag of Canon. Okay, maybe the name of the company that makes this product. Okay, you might as well have added leisure, right? Leisure photography, because maybe this camera can be used for leisure photography or it can be used for professional photography, right? So you can add that. Now in our case, we're going to leave it at Canon. Okay, let's go back to collection. Let's just leave it at homepage because it's not going to take it anything beyond what was already selected. Okay. Here, let's just add a couple of more tags just so that we can see later what to use them, right? DSLR, so maybe things like brand Canon, maybe things like brand Canon, maybe the type, maybe we'll write type DSLR. Again, it's up to us how do we use these tags. I think once you go through a few products and put them in, you realize that how this can be used, right? Let's put another attribute here, right? What is the resolution like, right? This camera has a resolution of 18 megapixel. We can put that. Okay. So again, it's up to us. What do we want to put these tags? Save it. Let's just wait. Now it says product was saved successfully. Let's get out. Okay. You know what? Let's just put one or two more tags. Maybe camera, which is obviously a very generic tag that we should have had. Let's save it. Okay. Now again, saved. Now this product is pretty much ready to go. Okay, so let's go back to our products. Let's see if we can see it in the list. You see the product is showing up in the list. It's showing an inventory of 15, type camera, okay, vendor Canon. Okay, we can add another product. Okay, let's go back to our list. Okay, because we already have this ready, so why do the effort again? This would probably be the same way you want to follow. You probably want to have products ready and just copy paste into this because it's very fast that way. Otherwise you're formatting it, you're looking at it, etc. If you see it, we're having problems with that last one, but it's very easy. You backspace it, come back, everything gets fixed. Again, add the images for it. Okay, this one already has one, sorry, this only has one image. So we'll add that one image here. We'll do the same thing, pricing. Okay, let's just go back. Let's see what price it is. Okay, so it's 36,100 is the selling price that we have. Put that here. 44,995 is our MRP. Put that here. Again, what does our SKU look like? In that case, CAM 0002. What is the barcode number? Now, you know barcode number, every product that's registered has a barcode number. It's easier to track things, so let's put the barcode number as well. If you have books, you can put ISBN numbers and other things here. We're going to again track the inventory. Okay, let's put the quantity. This time we're going to put 9 products that we have. Again, we don't have any variants for this. Okay, what is the product type? Again, you see we put camera. Camera already exists as a type. What is the vendor? That already exists. Okay. What are the different tags? Now you see these are the tags that we used before. So it's showing it to you again, right? So we can just go back and choose the same ones. This way we're not using tags that are different all the time. It's very consistent across the board, okay? So we've got basic information in there. Save it. Okay, now it says the product has been saved. We can actually see the product if we want to. It shows the link up on top. Now let's add one more product in there. Let's wait for the system to come back. Another new product. Let's go back to our sheets. Okay, look at product, next product. So this is another camera. This is a Nikon. Okay, and again, we do the same thing. Copy paste the name, the description. Just like I said, it's easier when you just have the information ready. You can just copy paste it. Okay, just fix the thing, go back, let's look at the images for this. This one has 7 views, so we'll put the 7 views, you know, it all depends, you know, we can have 1, we can have 7, we can have 3, whatever we want. More you have, the better it is actually. More information for the customer to buy. Let's copy paste the pricing. What is our pricing like? 27,695. Okay. Our MRP is 33,950. Again, we're going to do the same thing. What is the SKU number like? Let's put the barcode. Same thing, we're going to track the inventory, put 15. Okay, product type, same thing, camera. This time the vendor is going to be different, right? Because we have a Nikon, right? So we're going to put a Nikon, and if the Nikon doesn't exist, we can create it. In the tags, use similar tags, camera, DSLR, what the resolution is. Sorry, resolution, this one is different, it's 24, so we won't use that. We'll actually add a new brand. All right, so we're going to add brand Nikon. Okay, and let's add Nikon as a tag as well. Okay, and resolution as 24 megapixel. So 24.1 megapixel, let's be exact. Okay, and I think we've covered all the tags that we had created before. Save it. Okay, so this is our third product, guys. Okay, so we've made 2 Canon cameras and now a third one. Okay, which is a Nikon camera. Again, we say create another product. Okay, still uploading image, so it gave us that message, but let's assume now the images are done. Let's go back, copy our thing. So here, you see we've added many more products here, right? So we've added tripods and lenses and etc. because we wanted to have more products here. So we've added them. We can see them in the whole list, okay? So next thing that we want to do is actually see if we can export the products. Let's say you wanna have these products uploaded somewhere. So you can go to export on the top, right? You can choose what products you want, okay, and how do you want them to export it, okay? Simply, let's just choose it, and we can export the products, okay? Or let's assume that we want to actually import bulk products, right? Let's say that we don't want to export. The other thing you can do is you can do bulk imports, Okay, so there's a button up there, you click that, it gives you an option of importing products. Okay, so they tell you what type of an spreadsheet you need to create, and then you can import directly products into Shopify. Okay, so if you have a lot of products, use this import button and import products into Shopify. Let's move on to transfers. Transfers basically is for incoming inventory, right? How do we specify when inventory is coming in? Because we may want to show the users that, listen, more inventory is coming in, okay? So let's go ahead and test out transfers for one product, okay? So let's look at the camera, right? So let's do Canon, the first camera, okay? Now it says what is the quantity that we ordered, okay? So let's say that we've ordered 20. When do we expect for it to come, okay? So let's specify a date, okay? So let's say 30th, okay, and we save it, okay. Now you can put additional information, but let's not do this because we don't really have any pending transfers, and we'll cancel it out, okay. And let's go back to inventory, okay. Here, if you want, you can update the inventory numbers to whatever the real inventory number is. If things go a little out of whack, you can actually update them. Moving on, let's talk about collections, okay. Collections are basically your categories on your website. So we need to add them here. If you remember, we were trying to add a product and we couldn't add a collection that didn't exist. So let's go ahead and add a collection, okay. So first collection, we maybe want to add maybe cameras, right? Because that's a very general category that we need in this particular example. So title is cameras. Let's put a basic description in there. You guys can probably look at what description you would want. Again, guys, it's important for even in this section that you put all the keywords that you need for your search engine optimization, because when we talk about content, when we talk about search engine optimization, both of these things are going to come in play. So, you know, when you get to that section, you realize that this is where you're going to have to come back and put some of your keywords, your descriptions properly, etc. Okay. So but for our test purposes, let's quickly put some things in here. Let's move on. What is the condition that we want to look at? Do we want to manually select products to get into each category or each collection, or do we want to do it automatically based on certain conditions? Okay, so maybe products match a certain product title or something, and they automatically start showing as part of that collection. Okay, to make it easier, we can choose automatically, because because as we add products, they will automatically get in there. We'll say product title is equal to cameras, let's say, or camera, sorry, that's what we use as our product title, right? So anything that has a camera word in the product title will now be part of this collection, okay? And we can add multiple conditions. It doesn't only end at one, right? We can have multiple conditions that we can add. Once we do, we click Save Collection on the top right. It's going to go ahead and save this collection, okay? It said saved. Now let's add another one, okay? So next one, we probably want to add another category called lenses, right? Because we have some products that are lenses. Let's add a basic description, lenses for DSLRs. We'll do the same thing. Product title is equal to lens, because we want to bring in every product that has a lens in there. Okay, save that collection. Again, we're going very fast because we want to make sure that we show you how the store can quickly be created. And lastly, let's add one more collection. Right, maybe a more common across not cameras, so maybe we want to call it DSLRs, because maybe people search for cameras based on what type they are. So let's say DSLRs. Let's put a description in there. Okay, so all DSLR cameras come in here. Okay, in this case, we want to maybe use the product tag. Remember, we put tags on every product, and we had specified on the DSLR cameras a tag of DSLR. So we're going to choose that, and it's going to give us a list of the different tags, and we'll choose tag DSLR. Okay, now any product that has a product tag DSLR will be in this collection. Okay, save it. Now let's go back and let's look at our collections for a second. So guys, we added 3 categories, right? 3 collections actually: lenses, cameras, DSLRs. Let's add a few more, okay? Let's make sure the site looks proper, okay? 3 may not look properly for our site. So let's go back in and add a few more collections, okay? So let's see, let's add one more, Nikon. Maybe people want to search based on the type, the company. So let's add all Nikon products here. So it doesn't have to be only cameras here. This can be anything that is Nikon, okay? So product vendor equals to Nikon, okay? Because any product that Nikon makes. We want that here. Okay, let's continue. Let's save that. Okay, another collection. Right, this time, so let's look at Canon. Again, probably want to see all Canon products in here. Okay, same thing. Product vendor equal to Canon. Okay, save collection. Now come back. So I'm sorry, I'm going quickly. Just want to make sure that I get everything in there. Let's say next thing we want to add is Vanguard. Actually, sorry, let's create another collection first. Okay, so let's do this one again, Vanguard. That's another one we want to add. Again, put a description, something basic, just to show. Okay, product vendor equal to Vanguard this time. Okay, save this. Now let's go back. Okay, let's add another one. And this time another. Again, sorry, let's just quickly do this. Let's add another vendor, Manfrotto. Okay, and quick description. Okay, same thing, product vendor equals that. Okay, save. Now, we're just adding a few more collections to make sure that the site looks complete, okay? So, you know, we've added a few more. We had first 3 that we added. And now if you look at it, we have multiple collections that are showing up, okay? From different types. You have vendor collections there, you have types of products and all that kind of stuff. So if you come back now, look at the collections, right? Now we're showing all types of collections in there, you know, with the types of products, with the company names, etc., right? So with product tags. So now we have a set of categories that we can start to show on our website. So let's go to our URL, refresh it, and you start seeing some of these categories show up, right? Here it says shop for, and it shows cameras, shows Canon, DSLRs, whatever, right? So these are your different categories that you can shop by. We've added all these ourselves. So we can change them. If something is wrong, we can go back, change it. We want to take something out, we can do that. If we click on more categories, right, it's going to show us all the different categories. Now here, it's also showing you some sample products that it has picked for each one of these categories, okay? So remember, based on the conditions we had given, it's gone ahead and picked out products for it, okay? So again, let's go back to our settings. Okay, let's look at our online store.